Have you ever wondered what foods and beverages are bad for menopause? Well, I surely definitely would love to know. But before we dive in on the subject, let me introduce myself. My name is Denine. I'm a registered dietitian, health and wellness coach, and I want to welcome you to my channel, Living Healthy, where I empower women over 50 to live vibrant, healthy lives through a holistic approach of living. Since I turned 50, I noticed that there was not that many cultural nutrition wellness programs for Black women that talk about our health issues during this time of our lives. So I decided to change that. Here on this channel, I help to focus on women over 50 and nourish them with every aspect of their health and life through nutrition, wellness, and skincare. So let's work together and start living healthy. So today I'm going to discuss about five, just five for today, food and beverage types of foods and beverages that they're known to cause bad effects, symptoms dealing with menopause. So there are certain food items that can cause worse symptoms, such as hot flashes, yeast infections, some of the other ones that you probably may have heard of many a times before. But wanted to really focus on them just to give you guys some ideas of what they are. So the first thing is you probably might know is caffeinated foods and beverages. Those type of beverages are like your coffee, your black tea, cola drinks, chocolate. There are different ones that we'll discuss that you can use as substitutions to help out. There are very lesser caffeine. So these, what happens is that when you eat foods that are high in caffeine, they're known as stimulants and they cause emotional issues. So some people may feel in order to combat tiredness and fatigue, that they need a coffee beverage. And sometimes having that type of coffee beverage can kind of accelerate during menopause more fatigue and also can cause poor sleeping quality habits. Many times I've seen a lot of my clients that said that they can only sleep about 4 or maybe less than 4 hours per night. These might be due to the fact of the caffeine products that they may be drinking during the day. One of the things about caffeine, it does cause hot flashes and perspiration that can reoccur during the night, which can also affect causing lack of sleep. Women in the morning, what they usually feel is that they feel like there's no energy, they feel exhausted, they feel very tired. And sometimes they blame it on the menopause, and little that they know it may be the caffeine that they drank during the day before. As you know, caffeine is a very addictive chemical. Persons usually require large amounts in order of caffeine in order to keep themselves awake throughout the day and alert. Postmenopausal women are at risk of heart attacks and strokes because of the fact that the the caffeine and can definitely affect their circulatory system too. So there are different kinds of substitutions instead of using regular caffeine products. Thank goodness there are decaf coffees, and there are some controversy with that too. But there's also some grain-based ones. Some people have probably tasted Postum, which is another one. And then there's also ginger tea. And those are ones that you can use as a substitution for caffeine products. So that's one thing. Another one is wheat gluten containing grains. Those are like buckwheat. Well, actually, buckwheat will be gluten free, but what's been known for like your whole grains that you might have tasted. Um, there's also brown whole wheat bread that does contain gluten also too. What happens with eating whole grains, even though they are beneficial for the health, for some women, they may suddenly have some allergic or intolerance to wheat products. However, wheat does contain a protein called gluten, and which can be very highly and allergenic and challenge the body to break down and absorb and assimilate and causes issues in that, which is basically sort of allergic issues and or intolerance. When women do take a lot of gluten products, it causes more fatigue and depression. It can also cause sinus and allergy, bloating, intestinal gas issues, and other bowel changes if they take gluten in a higher degree that their body cannot tolerate it. This also can affect hormonal health and estrogen dominant, worsen estrogen dominant issues, and it can also cause more further menopausal problems. So one of the things is if you do have gluten issues or a gluten intolerance and you are going through menopause, try to use gluten-free or wheat-free foods such as quinoa is one. You might have heard of buckwheat, like buckwheat bread or muffins or pancakes. Brown rice is another one that is gluten-free. Millet, also sprouted breads, amaranth, and also wild rice. Those are some of the ones that are gluten-free and wheat-free. So far we have two things, which is the caffeine products such as coffee, and then teas and colas and chocolate are ones. And then we just finished going over the wheat and gluten containing grains. The next one is your alcohol. So I know that the thing is like sometimes people say, well, on the weekends I like to drink a little bit more alcohol than I usually do, or they might drink a little bit during the week, even a little bit of wine. You have to be careful with alcohol. Sometimes with alcohol, it affects the central nervous system. And it can be like what we call central nervous system depressant. It can increase menopausal fatigue and depression. Menopause affected by alcohol, including like hot flashes and mood swings, can happen. Also, women with night sweats and insomnia, whose sleep quality can be affected due to the fact of drinking alcohol in large amounts. The best thing to do with alcohol is to have small amounts of it and try not to exceed no more than 4 ounces of wine or 10 ounces of beer or 1 ounce of hard liquor per day. That can definitely help out with the menopausal symptoms too. And the last one of food items that you have to be aware of dealing with menopause that can cause a little bit bad issues with menopause is sweets. And this is the thing with sweets is very, very addictive. Women who do have menopause that take excessive sweets can increase anxiety, irritability, nervous tension. So, therefore, instead of having sugar intake, use to other alternatives, but that do not contain sugar, or use minimum amounts of sugar as part of your diet plan. Cravings of sugar, other ones if you crave for sugar, there are other types of food items that you can choose from, such as your dried fruit and fresh fruit. I know some people say, oh, they're not sweet enough. But as with any taste palette, give it a chance to, give yourself a chance to get used to the taste. And it can help out a lot with those sugar cravings. Some fruits, such as apples, bananas, dried figs, raisins, you can use those as substitution for sweets also. Whole foods should satisfy the cravings for sweets. Plus, they have other beneficial essential nutrients such as fiber. And it can definitely help out also with making you more full because of the fiber content that's in fruits itself. So, as of today, I just wanted to let you know that we will next week discuss a little bit more about some other 5 foods and beverages that can also cause bad symptoms and effects dealing with menopause. So if you enjoy this information, make sure you click the like button and share this video with other Black women over 50 who are interested in learning more about what can I do about my menopausal issues. And also make sure you subscribe to this channel below. And as of now, I just want to let you know that I am so grateful of being a part and of you watching this video. So until then, thank you.